Conditioning failed.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now we're live.
That surgery
Don't
takes
forget
time.
to hit the like button.
Don't forget the like button. All right, we're actually live now. We are good. We are good. You guys should be able to hear us. Hopefully it's good. I
hope so.
You know, we had to be late for the first time.
Of course.
New podcast. We haven't. Are we sold on the name yet? We're not sure yet. We're gonna think about it.
I'm telling you, it's a good name.
Yeah. It's a good name.
Yeah.
I already forgot it. It's so good. We forgot it.
Solid sound.
Solid Sound Podcast. Yeah, that's what we came up with.
Yeah.
Eric did, actually, I should
Eric
say.
did.
Eric will be joining us next week. We got Joey as our special guest today. We got Joe down below, which this is first time for everyone meeting. Joe, go ahead and tell everybody who you are, what you do, and all that stuff. They're just meeting you.
So I am Jo Nunez. I am the drummer of the band Firewind, Dragonland. Occasionally Marty Friedman live, Gus G live, studio also sometimes, and a bunch of other stuff.
And he's going to be
For
doing a
the music
shitload
side.
of Japanese covers with us.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Yep. Oh, we're doing it. Did we decide on what we're doing first? I can't even remember.
We may have talked about it, but I don't remember. I was high most of the time on that tour, so I can't remember right now. Sorry. It's legal in the US, so why not?
Right? Yeah. I think you got high like every time we were live,
That's
right?
my motto. Why not?
True professionals at work. I like it. Yeah, we got to have two Joes. What did you say? You said JoJo Bizarre Adventure?
Right. Yeah.
That's such a fucked up anime. That's such a fucked up.
Oh man, really best love. Guys, can you hear us?
I like it.
Okay.
I like that one.
You like it? What do you like about that anime?
I what do I like about it? I don't know. I mean, the Japanese sense of humor is always weird, and I just love it. It just works with me. So I don't know. What do I like about it? Actually, the animation is pretty cool. I mean, the story, the ongoing story is pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good anime.
Yeah, I remember. All I remember is that meme of him, some dude licking a cherry. That's all I know about that anime. That's literally all I know. Yeah, like he has like some thing in his mouth,
It's
and
a
he's
lollipop.
like, "Oh, that's a lollipop." Okay, my brain imagined a cherry. I don't know what I was thinking. So, so Teresa says she can hear us all fine, so the audio is good. That's good. Andrew will be helping produce this show next week, so we won't have this craziness next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be all set. And Eric will be joining us. The podcast will be at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the foreseeable future. We're going to try to do morning as soon as Eric gets his job switched. So, we'll
What's
go
he
from
doing?
there. I don't know yet. He's just trying to get another job where he doesn't have to work on those days. It was cherries. Someone said it was cherries
Was it?
from that anime.
It's been a while since I watched it.
See?
So
I couldn't remember. Now I remember it now.
I don't even watch the anime, and I knew,
You just like watching people lick cherries.
Yeah, I love watching people just suck on cherries, It's just it's my pastime activity.
What the fuck?
Everyone has their kinks,
To each their own. All right, that's fine.
Joe's like, what the fuck?
What did I get myself into?
All those weirder shit than that.
Speaking of cherries, let's talk about... I don't even know what to talk about. Which topic should we jump into first? Let's talk about this. Jiluka going independent. So Jiluka is a favorite of this channel for... They're brutally heavy. We're going to show Joe Jiluka for the first time after this podcast. He's going to listen to his song with us to get his thoughts. We'll have... we're going to... have reactions as a group and stuff like that on our Patreon. If you want to check it out, help support this channel and keep the production at a good level. Because Andrew will be joining us next week and things like that. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the Patreon. We'll have it up over there. So he'll be discovering Jiluka for the first time, and I'll put that up. Also, we have the Hanabie reactions are going up too soon. You can get early access to it on Patreon right now. I showed Margarita and a bunch of other people Hanabie. I got to show Joe also. Jo Nunez, I'm just going to call you Nubs. This is Nubs for the rest of the podcast, all right?
Nubsy.
This is Nubs. That's what we used to call him when we were kids. So yeah, we're going to do that. but I do have like a video that it'll go out sometime today, and the interview with Hanabie is going to go out today. We're going to talk about that concert. So we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Let's talk about Jiluka going independent. Because for me, I don't feel like there's much difference between going independent and having a label, because what I've heard from people under a label, and Joe, you can speak on this because you guys are with a label, I don't feel there's much of a difference, because I feel like the band still has to do a tremendous amount of work on their own anyways when they're under a label. So much where you almost wonder, why do you have a label? More than others. Some do more. I think with you guys, they do a little bit more than other bands. But it could be because you guys have a bigger fan base too. So I want to hear your opinion on it. How do you feel about being under a label compared to being independent?
I mean, it's very different. Like before, it used to be like the labels used to do everything for you. You didn't have to worry about promotions, stuff like that, the marketing, and nowadays it's I feel like it makes a bit more sense for bands, because there's a lot of pretty big bands actually that go independent. And I feel like it makes way more sense, because there's no middleman, so like all the money you would get from royalties and stuff like that, it's yours. There's no percentage going to a label. Your music is yours, right? So you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. So I feel like nowadays it makes way more sense to just go independent, hire companies. I'm not like, I don't want to talk too much about it, because I'm not like involved so much in it in the business side of music. But from what I hear, like when Gus talks and stuff like this, it just makes way more sense to go independent, I guess.
Well,
you know what's going on. You know where the money goes. Your marketing money, your stuff like that. It just
I was just wondering what the benefit would be nowadays to have a label.
Yeah, what is the benefit of a label?
I guess if you have a big label, they still take care of a lot of stuff, right? But if you have like a normal size label or a small one, it doesn't make so much sense. I mean, the small labels, I guess they'll just try and make money out of you. You know what I mean? That's all. They don't care so much about make the band grow and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So go back to Jiluka. They're from Japan, right? And it seems like Japanese bands exclusively, for the most part, go with labels. Like, it's really rare for them to go independent. Unlucky Morpheus is independent, is the only one I can think of right now, off the top of my head, that has been pulling it off.
Really?
But I think Jiluka going independent is a really big benefit, in my opinion. I think they're going to do really good, because they have some amazing, astounding music, and I think they can break away, because sometimes some of these Japanese labels, not all of them, they're starting to turn it around. We were just speaking with people from Sony Japan, and they have definitely changed their mindset from speaking with them, with Hanabie. They have changed their mindset when it comes to YouTubers and getting the promotion stuff out, but before they would block a lot of that stuff. And I think they're letting up a little bit on it. They're starting to realize if they don't change, they're going to start losing, probably money, right? Not probably, they will be losing money. But I forgot where, but yeah, Jiluka will have more control over their music, and I think they'll be able to promote it faster than the label they were under. Correct me, chat, what label Jiluka was under. I can't remember. But I bet you it was a label that was kind of more constricting, and it was probably better for them to just break away from them.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would appreciate if I could just focus on music. Like, I would, like, how much money are you willing to give up of your music royalties to have somebody manage everything, so all you have to do is focus on entertaining? Because I always think about that. Like, because, for example, having Andrew help us produce this podcast is really beneficial, because we can just focus on talking about topics. And I don't have to worry about doing all the production and stuff like that. I can just worry about talking about the content, look up the information. So there's definitely benefit of having people behind the scenes helping you, for sure.
Yeah.
So how much do you think is reasonable for a label to take to help you with all those things, if you can just focus on being creative?
At the same time, though, those labels can probably help get money up front, so that you can do more shows, so you can have more advertisement.
Also.
Up front, because at first you probably don't have a lot of money, right? Like, so having a label say, hey, I can front this money so we can get you up there, get you known, at first, but then after a while.
Yeah, when does that stop?
Yeah, because then it's like, well,
Yeah.
the benefits, how, is it really worth it later on?
It's also, I guess it's also a good way when you get started, like you don't have any contacts, you don't know anything, you
Right.
don't know what you're supposed to do, like, because as Firewind, for example, like Gus knows, he's been in the business for so many years. He knows, like, okay, this amount should go into marketing. This, we need marketing, we need a publisher, we need stuff, Whereas a beginner band, I guess they have no idea, So you
Yeah.
have to get started somewhere. So it's, I guess, having a label for a band that's starting and that doesn't know too much about the business is pretty, it's pretty useful for them in that sense. But once you're got going and you know how the business works and stuff, yeah, you could go independent easily.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
And you make contacts, of course.
Yeah, and that helps out too. But nowadays, like here in the U.S., right, it's so easy to make contacts if you just insert yourself. Using myself as an example, I just reach out to people, join tours and stuff, and that's how you meet. That's how we met, right? Like that's
exactly. Yeah.
But a lot of people, I don't know if they don't know that you can do that, but this is what I always tell people when people are like, "Hey, how do you get into the business?" Like, just do it. Just like do whatever you can.
Yeah.
Go in there and join. Like, hey, you need help with this? I'll help you. Like, let me learn. Let me learn from the ropes or whatnot, and then you just go from there. Hatabas said, DPR Japan Jiluka old label is primarily a label for visual K bands. They have tons of visual K bands under them. Okay, and it has those bands done very well under that label. And I would be curious which visual K bands are under there. Also, I wanted to mention. Teresa said, "Joe, why do you look like you're in a secret basement?" That's the basement we trapped him in. We locked him up in that basement. It's for doing this podcast and other things that we can't mention because we'd get demonetized.
I can't leave, until, sorry. So I have to curse a lot, I guess, so I don't know, be like, okay, fuck it, it's not worth it to, have him, so let's free him.
Joe, blink twice if you need help.
He might enjoy it. No.
We numbed his eyelids so he can't blink. That's why he's not blinking. I mean, I didn't do it. We didn't do that.
Somebody did. Somebody did that.
No, I am actually in a secret basement. I'm actually in Japan now, still.
Yeah. You're in a secret Japanese basement.
Yeah, at a hotel. It's like a
at a hotel.
Workspace. Yeah, at a hotel, yeah.
Wow.
I'm in Kyoto right now.
Oh, you're in Kyoto. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sam said kinky as fuck. That's how we roll here. We only do things kinky, That's the only way you do it.
We're kinky homies. That's it. What do you want?
Well,
No shame.
Speaking of independent, I want to bring up an independent artist that his name's Ren. Have you heard of Ren before?
I've heard the name, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something maybe we could show you down the line too. Some artists, would be curious to see what you think of that. I just want to bring this up real quick. He had some news that come out, and I think this is really cool for an independent artist to do this. He's broken the 1 million subscriber mark, and he's making huge waves, helping artists, I think, come out of their shell too and be able to perform themselves. But he put up a message that says, "Hello, I hope all is well. I released my new song Troubles on Friday, and the support so far has been amazing. Thank you." So he also mentions, good chance we could chart with this one, which would be the first time in history of a song about Lyme disease or M.E. Will have been in the top 40K, which is massive for awareness. So I'm going to drop this link and I'll also pin it in the description. I just wanted to do my part to just share this with everyone because I think that's really cool that he's doing that. And if you guys have the means to support, please check this link out. And that's not going to work. Maybe, Teresa, could you put the link if you don't mind? I try to copy it from the Discord, but yeah, I'll put the link also in the description of the video. But please check that out. That's an independent artist, he's building a team behind him now too, which I think is a cool way to do it. For these independent artists, what they do is once they like break through or get bigger, they're able to bring in more people to help them. But it's really cool because they're building that team behind them, but they still have that complete control, So I think that's really cool. I'll have to show you some music from him. He's a really good artist. He's a really, really good artist. Does everything from like rock to rap It's R&B. You know, it's
Oh, yeah?
it's really cool. Yeah, really cool stuff.
Yeah. Check
So-
it out.
Just for people to get to know you more, dude, tell everyone about your Japanese journey. It was funny because we were on the tour bus and you just started mentioning Japanese, but I'm like, I know them, and we just started hitting it off. And the funny thing that Joe said to me while we were on the tour bus to you was like, I just didn't know other people like this stuff too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I feel alone in the band. In Firewind, nobody knows about this stuff. I feel like a nerd pretty much all the time.
Oh, well.
And yeah. I mean, I'm in another band called Dragonland, and they're big nerds also, but not with anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like nobody never talks about that. Like I feel like when I'm mentioning like I'm watching animes and stuff like that, people are like, you know, quietly making fun of me.
They're giving you
Like,
the side eye.
How old
Yeah, I
are
mean,
you?
you're watching
You know?
animes of dudes licking cherries. I mean, what else would you expect?
Hey, come on. But yeah, no, I had no idea you had you know, such there was like a, you know, that many people, so many followers that you had, you know, that listen to that kind of music, you know, music and watch animes also and stuff like that.
Well,
I mean,
hell yeah.
animes, I knew there was, you know, people watching them, of course, but you know that listen to metal, Japanese bands and stuff like that. Yeah, I had no idea about that. So I was like pleasantly surprised to find about your channels, and
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
So something to talk about. It was pretty funny. So we put up the interview with you guys in Firewind, and we got some interesting comments. What do you want to say about some of the comments, dude, if you want to talk about it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. When you asked us about Babymetal, right?
Yeah. Which I think you guys
Yeah.
gave the most respectful response anybody could possibly give about a band.
Yeah. I mean, I think people got it wrong. They thought we hate them or something, and we're making fun of them. I actually like them. There's just minus a couple of details, like I said in the interview.
Yeah.
I like them, you know, and I actually listened. Since then, I listened to the newer stuff.
Oh,
to the-
yeah.
to
So
the
what did you
latest
think?
album?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, I was about to ask you. So, what do you think of the new album? Because I remember in that interview, I said, check out the newer one because she has more of a mature voice. How did you feel?
Yeah. I know you're right about that. It's definitely, the voice is different. To be, you know, to explain a little bit. I mean, I'm talking like probably people took Gus's comments pretty badly, I guess. But it was not. He didn't say anything in a bad way or anything. But he didn't hear the newer stuff. Yeah, it's just like it's a few details that that doesn't, you know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you're used to something like we like, you know, big masculine voices, you know, like old heavy metal, like whatever, you know, like Set, Judas Priest, stuff like that, you know. So
Yeah,
so
that's
for us
why
to
when
hear,
you
like,
that's why when you were sleeping, you wanted me to talk to you, you know, because you wanted that nice masculine voice next to your ear as you were sleeping.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Joe. I am so sorry you had to deal with that. I know what it's like to have to deal with that.
I'm sorry.
No, and I actually like the newer stuff. It's very good. I mean, they always had like good songs and good, you know, people that write music for them. They're always had like good quality stuff, good quality music. You know, the musicians they have. We talk about Takayoshi Ohmura, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the best guitarists I've ever played with. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know they have like excellent musicians always. It's just like a couple of details that, you know, sometimes like, if this wasn't there, that would be so much better, for example. And for me, the biggest thing is not the voice, actually, it was the production, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Like the thing when it's like way over the top all the time, like you can hear like it's programmed drums and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Right? So that's the only detail that's bothering me a little bit. But other than that, like, no, I like their music, actually. They're pretty cool.
See, and that's why I'm motivated to show you live stuff. And that's been the biggest criticism about Babymetal is the whole over-the-top productions. Like, this is going to sound horrible. Let them sound bad. like, I don't mean it that way. You know what I mean? Like, let them play. Like, Because I was talking with Dusty, who's a fan of the channel, at the Hanabie concert, and he's like, yeah, Hanabie wasn't perfect, but I liked it because it was raw and it was like the energy, the vibe, they were real. Like, this is legit. It wasn't just like, I think people are just getting fatigued on the whole overly processed stuff, you know, or like perfection.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And there's a bunch of stuff from Japan actually that I listen to they have a shit production. They have really bad production, but I love it. It's so good. It's so true. It's so real for me.
Mm-hmm.
Even like I don't know if you're familiar with the band Helloween.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I haven't listened to them.
Okay, they're a power metal band from Germany, and for me, my favorite albums of them are the like the badly produced ones.
Yeah. All right.
But they're so like they're real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can hear they play. You can hear this like all the notes are not like perfect. There's some mistakes here and there. You know, it's just so much better for me.
Yeah, and then also we gotta remember, like, great melodies will stand the test of time. You know, if it's a great melody, it doesn't matter if it was recorded poorly.
So true.
You know, but in the reverse effect, sometimes a bad production can ruin a song. Because we've heard songs that are mid, in my opinion, as in the writing. The writing's very mid, but the production was so great that it did well. You know, it's like this balancing act between both of them or whatnot. Teresa, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, petition to name this podcast Kinky Homies. we'll jot it down. The Kinky Homies podcast. Well, people will sign up to join this podcast, right? If we change it to that name.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Share your kink today.
We start off every podcast.
That's almost like the masturbation front thing.
The daily masturbation front?
Yeah, it's almost like that. But
maybe that should be the name of the podcast. I don't think that would go over well when we're trying to do behind-the-scenes interviews with bands.
Yeah.
So, we have the gentleman from the daily masturbation front. From the Kinky Homies podcast.
No, we would just say DMF. You know, DMF. You don't have to tell them the full name. It's DMF.
Welcome.
Imagine you try to reach out to a label like, hey, we would like to interview your artist and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. What's the name of the podcast?
Kinky Homies.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine going to like Hanabie's management. Hey, would the girls like to join the Kinky Homies podcast?
They probably just walk away from you. Just walk away, no words.
They're like, no, we're not doing that one. Oh, man. All right, so let's talk about your shows over in Japan, man. How did it go? I saw the crowds, dude. It looked like it was nearly almost sold out for both of those.
Yeah. No, Tokyo was. I'll say probably Tokyo's one. It is the best show of this year. Like easily, like it's impossible to top that. It was so good.
So
like
best shows in Japan.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
And we had some really good shows in Europe and in America also. But like you remember in America, some shows were like the crowd was crazy and stuff like that. But Japan was just another level. And the thing about Japanese people is that they're usually more quiet, more shy, a little bit like very polite and stuff. Yeah, they were crazy that night in Tokyo. It's just so good.
Yeah,
it was great, and Osaka was great also.
I have
a bit less people in Osaka, but the venue is a bit smaller. But
yeah,
so good also.
I have a slight theory on that. Why Japanese crowds are better than like American crowds, and specifically, it's because we're loud all the time. And Japanese are quiet most of the time, so that's their only outlet to be loud.
Well, I definitely did notice that, like, when the music starts, the crowd just shuts up at a Japanese concert. Like, they go dead quiet when the music's playing.
Yeah.
As soon as the music's done playing, boom, and then they're right back at it.
You're right. Yeah, you're right, actually, because I remember before the show in Osaka, it was like dead silent in the venue. The venue was, almost full, but there's not a noise.
It's kind of creepy sometimes. Like there's hundreds of people around me, but
yeah, because you're about to go on stage, and then you're like, "Is there anybody there?" fuck, it's gonna be one of those, you know. It's like, fuck, it's gonna be one of those again, you know. No, once the intro rolled, it was like completely different.
Yeah.
But it's a good theory, actually. Yeah, you're right. Because you guys are, I'll say Westerners, you know, in Europe also. We're more loud usually most of the time. So when we go to a show, it's like a way to, you know, chill a little bit, you know, have a good time.
Yeah.
Japan is like, I guess they're, you know, quiet most of the time. They're like, fuck, yeah, now it's coming.
Now it's time. Release all that energy. Get it out, you know? It was
exactly.
I was when I was in Austria, I can't remember who I was sitting with. Teresa, it might have been you, but you probably remember this conversation. We're sitting at a coffee shop, and I never realized how loud I am until like being in Austria, because they all looked at me like, see with Americans, they're always like big and like always talking loud, and I'm like, ooh.
You in particular are very loud.
Yeah,
very loud.
Yeah, you are.
Even Jo knows.
Like this morning, we sat in the cafe. As soon as you started talking, I was like, oh.
Yeah, everyone stared at us.
Because you're just, when you talk normal, it's just loud as shit. The normal talking voice is loud. You want everybody in the building to hear what you have to say.
We usually, so in America, my bunk was, you know, close to the front lounge of the bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the first one close to the front lounge, right?
Yeah.
And usually, like almost every morning, I would wake up to the sound of your voice.
That's the way you like it, though, you know?
I guess.
John in the chat says, wasn't the front 4 feet for Matsuri also ran over in Halfway by Hetsu in Orlando last year? Just Alan got to hang with Hanabie. That is so much better. Those girls seem like total sweethearts. They are total sweethearts, John, and we'll talk about that too in a second. Hotbot wants to know, how different was it when it comes to the crowd not using their phones at a show compared to using your phones at the show?
Okay, so they do use their phones, but not as much as, you know, in the Western world, I would say. You know, they'll take a photo, they'll take a quick video, you know, like a short, you know, 30 seconds or something, and then they'll, you know, enjoy the show. Yeah. It's just that, but they still use their phones. It's not forbidden or anything, but yeah, they really focus on the show, and that's pretty cool. I like it, to be honest, because you can interact with people. You know, you have, you know, eye contacts and stuff like that. So it's
imagine
very cool, to me at least.
It's a lot harder to interact with a bunch of people trying to record your concert right in front of you. Like if everybody has their phone up in America, just trying to record it.
The most motivating thing for me playing a show is people moshing. If people are moshing, I'm like, oh, this is the best.
Yeah, we have entire shows on YouTube and stuff like that, and we're like, really, like someone actually had their phone on for like an hour and a half. Didn't move.
It didn't move.
You see, it moves a little bit, but you know, it's just on the whole time.
You know, there was one person I talked to that they said they just enjoy filming the show. That's how they enjoy the show. So there is those people that I'm like, all right. I mean,
and you never watch those videos after.
Yeah, that's true.
It's on your phone and it stays there, and then you're never gonna check them out again. So you missed the show. You paid a fee for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I have so much film I have not went back and watched. That's why I'm glad I do YouTube videos, so I can at least put them up there for people to enjoy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dusty says, East Coasters are naturally loud. Yeah, maybe.
You think it's an East Coast thing?
Yeah.
East Coast versus West Coast? Think East Coast is louder?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, I'll say this. Jersey's show for Firewind was the best show, I thought. It seemed like the best.
Oh, the first one.
The very first. Yeah. You guys' very first show was definitely the best. I thought. It was the most loudest. And you guys had the best local act, too, for New Jersey. New Jersey had the best local act, hands down, in my opinion. They're actually, legit good. Which I'm sorry if that's offensive, but I was like, I'm really surprised when an opener is that good. I'm like, wow. They're actually matching the bill, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a few good shows on that tour for sure, but yeah, New Jersey is out there, top 3 easily.
Yeah, they set the bar so high. Going back to the shows in Japan, though, what bands opened for you guys?
No bands. It was just us.
Oh, it's just you guys.
No.
Yeah, just us. Yeah.
Oh
No
man.
opening bands.
So
It was too bad because I would have loved to, discover a new Japanese band that I didn't know before.
True.
First time I played in Japan actually, 10 years ago, I was playing with Marty Friedman, and we were playing like two nights in a row, and we had two opening bands. Like the first night was Mary's Blood,
yeah.
and the second night was Get Shark Spin.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't know about them, and I found out about them on back then, and I was like, that was really good actually. It was really good music, and good bands live also. Good musicianship and stuff like that. So I would have loved to have an opening band personally, but I guess it's just easier, logistically, to just play on your own.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What's the difference for you playing? Just because I don't think I've ever done that ever in my life, like just my band only play. So what's the difference between just you playing and like doing the shows in the U.S. and Europe where you have a package pretty much?
Yeah, it's just easier logistically, like I said, because there's nothing moves. It's just there. You did your sound check. Everything is exactly at the same spot where it was. The sound is the same. Nobody touched anything. So it's just so much easier like that. But yeah, but again, I don't mind having opening bands sometimes, especially in Japan, because I love Japanese music and discovering new bands. So yeah.
Heck yeah. Speaking of discovering new bands, you want to tell everyone the band you just discovered?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Saisega. Saisega. I don't know if you guys know about that in the chat. They do, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I think so. But, most of the chat should know.
Yeah. No, actually, I had a friend of mine that I met 10 years ago. Again, we kept in touch for a while, and he came with another friend of his. He asked me to come with her, and she was the drummer of Saisega. Actually, her name, I think her stage name is Toho or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so he just sent me some links and stuff like that, and I thought their music was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. I need to check out more for sure, but I checked them out about a year ago, and I haven't really went back.
Okay.
I should definitely listen to more.
So you knew about them, huh?
Yeah, I knew about them. They're a really good band. It's like, dude, we check out so many bands, so it's really hard to keep track of it. But Saiseiga is definitely one of those ones I enjoy a lot. There may be like one or two songs like, about, but there's some that are just like, wow, this is really good.
Well, that's the benefit of that Discord, is that so many people are in there and they just throw up all kinds of music. You're like, oh, let me just check out this real quick. And there's a lot of shit in that Discord, like a lot of different music.
Oh yeah, even
I need to join the Discord for sure.
You definitely need to do that.
Yeah, I'll send you the Discord link for that. By the way, Discord links pinned in the description, guys, if you want to check that out. We have a Japanese music tab over there. I remember now. It's pay money for the pain.
What?
I said it wrong. The PTP. I kept forgetting. No, I didn't forget. It's just because when I see PTP, I think of the oil company in the U.S. What? So,
I don't even know it.
Yeah, it's like there's an oil company that's like has PTP. So every time I see it, I think of the oil company or whatnot. Yeah. That's why.
That's so random.
Yeah. But guys, check out Saiseiga. So what did you like about Saiseiga that you heard in their music?
I'll have to be honest. I have to listen to more. I don't want to give an opinion right now because I haven't listened to so much. But up next
podcast.
Next podcast, definitely. Yeah. Let's talk more about them.
Yeah.
I don't want to say something wrong or that's I don't want to be mistaken about anything. So yeah, I'll listen to more of their stuff, and overall, yeah, it was pretty cool music. Like the few songs that I listened to were pretty cool.
Hell yeah. So another band that you gotta check out that we're gonna definitely plan to show you some songs is a band called Hanabie, which Joey's first time hearing them, right?
Yes.
And watching them live.
Yes.
All at the same time.
Yep.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Tell everyone, what did you think about Hanabie?
I thought they had such great energy. I loved just watching them. Their performance, they were so active, and her vocals were really good.
Yeah.
Like she nailed those screams.
Yep.
Like I loved it, every second of it. It was great, and the crowd was, that crowd.
The crowd was nuts.
Dude, they were nuts. Absolutely crazy. And you went surfing for the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I went crowd surfing for the first time.
Yeah, you went crowd surfing 3 times.
I have to make a correction.
You did.
3 times. Yeah, I was.
That was your first time?
Well, the first time he comes over to me, he's like, Joe, I gotta do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Record me.
Dude, I felt like a little kid going on a fucking roller coaster. You did it one time and you're like, I gotta go again. And I just kept going back to the pit. Like crowd surfing. I was having such a good time. But I did fib a little bit. I remembered I did crowd surf, but it was while I was playing guitar. It was in Mexico. I did do a little bit.
Okay.
But it was like a little backwards crowd surf, doing a solo and then back on the stage kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, but this was different.
But this was different.
You were
I was a fan
yeah.
crowd surfing.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing crowd surfing. That's another thing. I miss playing those kind of shows too, where you have like where they're just going crazy, you just like crowd surf on the back of them. Those are fun. But
yeah. Where did they play, by the way? Hanabie.
what was the place? It's called Toad's
Where did you see
Place?
them?
Toad's Place.
Toad's Place in New Haven, Connecticut. By the way, most overrated pizza ever.
Oh shit! Don't say it. Oh, he started. Oh no.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, the New Yorker says it's overrated pizza." It is overrated. No flavor.
We're New Yorkers. We know pizza. We know pizza. So we went there. We tried it, and nah.
It's because everyone was like hyping it up. It was like 9.6 at the Sally's place, and we're like, what?
There was like no seasoning.
There was no flavor.
There was no flavor.
I was like, if you want pizza without flavor, it's the place to go. But
the only one that was halfway decent was the one that had no cheese.
yes,
It's the tomato pie.
The pizza without the cheese had the best flavor.
Yeah, the sauce was really good.
It was crazy. All right, to be fair though, Sally's was super fresh food. It was
You could
good.
tell it was fresh. Yes.
Yeah, it was super fresh food, really good. You could tell you were eating clean, right? And then we went to the place, was it Frank's?
Frank's,
Yeah. And the guy there, we asked him, we were like, hey man, what pizza
Great guy.
should... Yeah,
Great
great
guy.
guy. He's like, gotta get the sauce pie. And I'm like, all right. So we're like, we'll do half and half. So we got half cheese, half of the sauce pie. So it was like sauce, pecorino romano, and olive oil on it.
That's it.
And we tried the cheese one, and we're like, "Oh, this is weird. It tasted like a fucking olive. Like the pizza tastes like
olive oil on it, and that's all you tasted.
That's all you tasted. And then we had the sauce slice, and we were blown away.
Yeah.
I gotta say that I think the bad just overshadowed the good. This sauce pie was really good.
Yeah, it
So
was.
the Frank's place that people called number 2 in New Haven was definitely number 1.
Yeah, it was way better.
How do you make a good pizza with just sauce on it? Like that's impressive.
That's
like
good.
all right,
Yeah.
okay, this is good. I was like, I could eat this, but
Imagine Americans thinking they have good pizza.
we do have good pizza,
We
damn
do.
it. Just not in New Haven. Just kidding.
Yeah, we had some good pizzas on tour. I remember.
Yeah, we have some good pizza.
That's pretty good.
Look, someone not from
Decent.
America has some good pizza, okay? But anyways, Hanabie, okay, let's talk about Hanabie. Let me know in the chat, what concerts you guys went to. I mean, they've only done a couple shows, or what shows you're going to. This show is awesome. As you guys know, I got to hang out with them on their tour bus, which I had flashbacks from Firewind tour because it was the same type of bus, but way nicer, by the way. Their bus was tiled and stuff. They had a shower. I was
That's a pretty nice bus.
so we're gonna have to. Yes, we're gonna have to talk to. Yeah, we had a fucking toilet, and that's it.
You guys didn't have a shower?
No.
A bunch of dudes just got off a show and
No.
they can't take a shower?
Yeah,
Sweaty assholes.
Some people didn't shower for 5 days at a time once. So
Damn.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that
some
was
people.
that was me. So I went 5 days without showering, and I walk in on the bus, and Gus looks straight in my face. He's like, "Bro, I'm so sorry, but you need to fucking take a shower." He's like, "You stink."
Oh, fuck. Whether you want or not, you're coming. You're coming to the hotel now, and you're taking a shower.
Gus was so nice about it. He's like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry we didn't let you take a shower sooner. I warned everyone. Everyone. Yes, we were on day 3 of no shower. I'm like, guys, I need to take one soon. Everyone rushed to the shower. I'm like, that's fine. You guys are gonna learn real quick why I should take a shower sooner than later.
Yeah, but don't you have a gym? But don't you have a gym membership? You could have just gone to
We
a
couldn't
gym.
because the way we were stopping at certain areas,
Yeah.
so we couldn't make it to those gym memberships or whatever.
Couldn't just
Yeah.
run in there, take a quick shower.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're at a farm.
They
for
get a
some of the
bucket of
shows.
water.
A vineyard.
We're at a vineyard.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're at a vineyard.
A vineyard has water.
Well, but wait, but this venue, the vineyard, had a shower actually.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying in
no.
general. All right, I'm just saying in general. Anyways, we all learned a valuable lesson.
Alan needs to take a shower at least, once every 2 days.
Just put a sticker on your back. No, letting everybody know how many days it's been without a shower. So when they see 2 or 3, like, hey, this guy needs to go to that.
Yeah. He's one now.
Let him go first, please. Get him in there.
But anyways, their tour bus was nice. I was like, wow. But it was funny because like just being on, I'm like, wow, I'm back on a tour bus again. But yeah, it was pretty nice. It's actually like the same. They actually had less room on that tour bus, to be honest, because they put like tables and stuff in the way, which I think took up a lot of the space to like lounge. But you know, but it was way cleaner and way nicer. Maybe they prepped it before we got on there, but compared to our bus was trashed. And shout out to Margarita. I think that was because of her. She like left her stuff everywhere.
Oh, she did. Yeah, she had a bunch of like stuff for painting, stuff for makeup, stuff for anything.
But she would plot it like
suitcases.
everywhere. It's okay, Margarita. She'll be on next week's podcast. She'll defend herself then.
Maybe she just wanted to remind you guys she was there.
Yeah, she reminded us, especially when she left the bus, and then she wasn't. But no, it was fun. But anyway, so yeah, we went on the bus. We got all set up. We fit this huge giant
There was
camera
No
on
room
that
for
bus.
anybody to get past it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So we trapped everyone in the back. So you know how the doorway is like small, right, on the tour bus, and we put like this giant camera.
It just took up the whole door space.
It took out the whole door space. So luckily I took a shower. So it was me and the 4 girls just like trapped in our room with a giant fucking camera asking questions. It was ridiculous.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
You and 4 girls trapped with the camera.
Yeah, you make it sound like it's a bad thing. Like,
What happened there?
Anyway, we did an interview.
yeah, there were cameras. That's proof.
We did an interview. The cameras were rolling. But no, it was good time. They were super sweet, super nice. Like everybody was really good. Management's awesome. Everything about that was like just a class interview. Just like the Babymetal interview, super awesome. The Babymetal interview and the Hanabie interview were amazing. Like it's just the difference between those management compared to bandmate management, way different. It's really weird.
Oh, yeah?
Really weird, yeah. Well, they had a couple.
What's the difference?
They're way stricter. Bandmate management was way stricter.
Like is there stuff you cannot ask or?
Oh
or
yeah,
do,
and you
or...
could feel tension. You could feel like it was like except for like the translator. Translator was awesome. He was amazing. So in comparison, so I guess that's anywhere, right? It's always going to be anywhere. But like we had the expectation that Babymetal was going to be super high security, like way up there, and it was the most chill and chillax thing ever. So it is kind of weird.
Did they have a translator also, or did they speak English or?
They had a translator, yeah. Bandmate had a translator. Babymetal had a translator, but Babymetal knows the best English for sure. They were the best at speaking English compared to all the bands. Hanabie, they know a little bit, but not that much. It's kind of funny, when you're speaking to someone, like you have the translator there, they're speaking Japanese, but you still like understand them for some reason, even though you have no clue what they're saying, but they're talking about. So they mentioned this thing during an interview, like we were talking about who they would like to do a collaboration with, and it was just so funny because as they were talking, I already knew because they were mentioning electronic music. I don't know how I understood the words, but they were mentioning electronic music and doing all this stuff. I'm like, oh, they're gonna say Electric Callboy, and sure enough, they said Electric Callboy, but in Japanese. I was like. And then I said something back to them. They understood. It's just so funny how that works. Like we don't actually know the language, but we still understand what we're saying. So there's a little preview of that interview. They want to do a collaboration with Electric Callboy, which I think they're to be a perfect fit for that band. So, but overall, the concert was amazing. It was one of the best concerts I've been to. That one and Sim now are like in my top like Japanese concert performances I've ever been to. 100%.
Even the bands before them were pretty good.
Yeah, Left to Suffer. I did catch them. They brutal, heavy as fuck. I did miss the first band because we were doing the whole Hanabie interview setup, but the second band was phenomenal. So
They're all Japanese. Like the opening bands, or-
no. They were from Georgia. Georgia has some good bands, man. They have some really good metal bands.
That dude had some deep gutter rolls.
Rolls.
Shook the floor with his voice, man.
Really good. Pubaka with the dot. We didn't mean anything by that, man. Like we're just joking around about the Hanabie stuff. So, John, last weekend at Welcome to Rockville in Daytona, I got to see Electric Callboy for the first time. You were right; they are awesome. Fuck yes, John. Yeah, they are. I already like their recordings, but I already know they're going to be so much better live. But imagine a Hanabie and Electric Callboy collab. That would be amazing. Captain Dusty first going to see Electric Callboy tonight. Hell yeah. Have you heard of Electric Callboy?
I've heard of them. Yeah. I haven't listened to their music, to be honest, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'll listen to them. Sure.
So.
It's like what? It's like a modern metal, right? It's like
I
I think I heard one song actually, but
haven't heard him at all.
was it like
You haven't
a
heard 'em at all?
disco?
I showed you
kind
Every
of thing,
Time We
right?
Touch.
That's them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a disco.
The
Yeah,
cover?
they did Every Time We Touch. Every time we touch. I
love that song.
Have you, dude?
Guilty.
You love that song?
I love the original.
Yeah, the
but,
original-
yeah,
the
I don't know
original's
about the
good.
cover.
Wait until you hear the fucking cover. Like,
I didn't know that was them. I had no idea who
That's
did
Electric
that.
Callboy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh my god! I remember I showed you guys all at my mom's house. So we were at my mom's house. We had a bunch of friends over, and I was just showing everyone Electric Callboy.
I had no...
That's them, dude.
Okay.
Dude, one of my
I
favorite
remember
bands.
Hanabie.
One of my favorite hype bands. Like they're just so hype. That's why I love them so much.
Yeah. They've been around for a while, actually, I think, and they just started getting like huge all of a sudden from one song, I think, or
It was what was the song that blew them up? Chat will know. Chat, let me know. Electric Callboy. What song really blew them up? But man, they were so good.
Hipa Hipa.
Hypa. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Hypa Hypa, and they had like 30 versions of it. Actually haven't heard all those versions of it. Hypa Hypa is actually my least favorite song by them. I'm not a fan of that song.
Really?
Yeah, I like their other songs like a lot more for some reason. Hypa Hypa is a good song, but it's not my favorite. It's just weird how that one blew up. I mean, I had the melody Hypa Hypa, na-na-na-na-na-na. Like I got the melody in my head, but like I enjoyed their other songs a little bit more. So Every Time We Touch, though, like I love their version of that song.
I have to listen to that for
really
sure.
good.
Dude, we got the moves too. We got the moves. It just makes you feel good. That's what I love about it. It just fucking takes you out of your bad mood if you're in one. You know, you can't help but smile, especially when you watch the music videos. You're just like, these guys are having a good fucking time, and I love this.
I'll remember that. The next time you're texting me and you're like in a bad mood, I'm just going to send you a video of that.
Dude, it cheered me up right away. For sure. Electric Callboy is doing a collab with Babymetal also. Joe, did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. When I listened to the new Babymetal, the latest one, because it's not new now. The latest one, I saw that they were doing collab with them.
Yeah.
Is it out already, or is it coming out soon?
It's
or?
not out yet. I forgot the date. Chat, if you could let me know what date it's going to come out, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, so Dusty has mentioned Techno is the album. Sorry, there's a song called Techno Train. That's a good song too. But it's called Techno is the name of Electric Callboy's album. And I agree, it's like a 10 out of 10 album. It's so good. I forgot what I was going to say. But it's the 23rd is what they're saying in the chat for the new, for the collab. So we still got a few days before that one comes out.
What's today? Wait.
It's the 19th, so yeah, like 4 days. I can't wait to check it out. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, so that's on my list. I got to see Electric Callboy for sure live. I know they're playing tonight here in Boston, right? And that's going to be tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, Dusty. I really want to, but I have so much work that I got to get done.
Like what?
Videos. I have to get that interview out by the end of today, so.
Oh.
And I have to do make sure the translations are good and stuff, which Joey's going to help me out with.
Hey.
All right, guys. Well, this is a podcast we're going to be doing every Sunday, and we're going to be talking about a lot of Japanese music mainly, but we're also going to be talking about other music. And we'll come back next week. We'll talk. You'll probably hear Electric Callboy by then. We can talk more about that later. But this was a fun first episode, guys. Appreciate y'all being here and doing this. And we'll be back next Sunday. I believe Eric will be joining us that Sunday. We're not sure yet. If not, it'll be me, Joe, and Joe again, because we'll probably do another early morning podcast. And we'll talk about these bands. We're going to go do a reaction right now to... We got to do Hanabie for sure. Well, I forgot the band that I said that we were going to show Joe. Do you remember? What was it? Dude, I don't even remember what we said in the beginning. I named one. I'm going to have to watch the podcast back to see it. So,
Shit, what was it?
So,
it's in the chat or anything. Trying to see if there's something. But...
Yeah.
No.
It was Hanabie. Okay, yeah. I'm going to show him Hanabie. We're going to see what he thinks of it. I got early access to 5 Hanabie reactions from Margarita, from Edge of Paradise. We got the guitarist David also checking out, and then Kenny too, and another random guy, aka Margarita's fiance.
What's the song we're gonna show him? Do you know which one you want to show him?
I don't, guys. Chat. I'll let you guys vote right now. What song should I show him from Hanabie? Let's vote right now. We should do that at the end of every podcast, because we're always going to do a reaction after the podcast. You guys tell us what song we should...
Remember, I like shit production, so the shittiest one you can find.
I think We Love Sweets. I mean, that's what I was planning on showing him, was We Love Sweets.
You got to show it live, though.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No, I think I could show him just that.
No, I meant the live, like a live show of it, of the song.
Oh, the song. Maybe. Taku Lovely.
There has to be something.
The miso soup.
Oh, the miso soup one.
Yes. Oh my God, that shit was so funny.
We need to talk more about the concert. We didn't really talk about that
the
much.
Miso soup. Yeah. That shit was so funny. I didn't know any of those songs.
He lost his mind. He lost his fucking cool when that came up, because he was telling him how to dance with the seaweed.
Yeah, like seaweed, tofu, and clam or something.
Yeah, and he just like he just lost it. He just lost it.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it was just really funny. I wasn't expecting it.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, look out for that video about Hanabie concert. I'll definitely put it up. Put up that video with the interview for it, and then also remember that there's going to be a produced Fox version of it. Also, we'll have the link pinned below as soon as that comes out. So he'll have his extended one. Mine will be out first because I'll be able to get it done faster. He has to go through a bunch of ropes on his end, but I already got mine cleared with management, so we're all set to go. And we'll get that out for you guys. So, yeah, I guess we're just going to stick with We Love Sweets. And we'll show you more. You know, he's going to love that song. Check out more, yeah?
For sure.
All right, and, yeah, let us know in the comments, like, any bands you guys want us to discuss. There's another... I wanted to actually talk about Falling in Reverse, too. We'll talk about that next week. They came out with a new song that was phenomenal.
Did they?
We'll talk more about it next week. And
Not very Japanese, huh?
It's not very... It's not Japanese. We'll do some non-Japanese stuff, too.
But by the way, speaking of which, the latest Marty Friedman album came out yesterday, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of Japanese because most of the musicians he uses are Japanese. But yeah.
Awesome.
But I listened to it actually last week. It was pretty fucking awesome. For people familiar with Marty's music, it's like the album Scenes, like one from back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's not like heavy or anything. It's just like good, very melodic music, you know, like more hard rock, like soft metal, I would say sometimes. But it's very good. I really recommend it if people want to listen to it.
Hell yeah. So, and that just came out a couple days ago. Yeah, I forgot to ask you. I'm sorry. You wanted to mention some updates too. Was there any other updates you want to tell people about? It was just a Marty Friedman one.
Yeah, that's about it, I think. From my side, at least. I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to talk about, other bands, or I'm not sure.
I think no, that was it for today.
Yep.
Next week, guys, we'll be really organized. We're gonna have it all set up. Andrew will be joining us for helping produce the show, so we'll have more topics. Like I said, let us know down below what you guys want us to do on the show. We'll have the top 10 for the Japanese bands too back also. This was just our first time coming back and starting this new podcast, so we'll see you guys next week. All right, see you.
Till next week.